Morning, you lot. How you doing? Do any of you ever sort of sit there and make observations? I do all the time when I'm just sitting around, just watching the world go by, and I see people do things, and I think, wonder why they done that. Like, there's people here, they come up and fill up. There's plenty of space on the one side, but they go on the other side and then stretch along the hose. When there's plenty of space on the sides they could have wanted, but they'd rather stretch it around their car and try and make it fit. And I'm thinking, why didn't they just go on the other side, you know? You know, if they didn't realise that their petrol cap or diesel cap was on that side, they would always move. It's not busy. I just wonder why people do things like that. I think it's bizarre. It's strange, isn't it, humans? There's loads of crazy things in this world anyway. So we try and read some comments. I haven't actually done any comments in a long time, so I don't know if this camera's going to focus on the phone, but I'll have a look when I read some comments and see what you lot have been saying. Some of them I have been reading, most of them, so they've already been read, but still, I'll give you like a mention or whatever you want to call it. Right, so this is the best I can do. Can't really move it too much. We've got number one comment. Oh, this is from the Ratchet Effect, and he was just talking about the polarised sunglasses that I found. Well, the thing is, they weren't polarised, but we'll go into that. The ones that I found the other day, those aviators, they're not polarised ones. Those are just ordinary, I think they're G15 lenses in those. I'm not entirely sure, but they look like G15 lenses to me, and in my opinion, they're the best lenses. You can get all different shades and colours, say Miana. But in my opinion, and I just prefer the G15 ones. Anyway, that's what's in those. So my plan with those is, I've got to be careful because I could buy a brand new pair of those aviators for about 80 quid. They're 170 odd quid on the actual Ray-Ban website. But if you get them from like the sunglasses site is actually quite expensive as well. But there's genuine sellers on Amazon. You've got to be very, very careful, but they're all out there. I had a look. There's an actual opticians that sells those sunglasses. It's in Yorkshire somewhere. I looked up their shop, and they sell them for 86 quid. Brand new, polarised aviators. So I've got to be careful, but what I want to do with those is, if I can bend the frames back nicely, I'll buy some new nose pads because they're worn out and dirty. I'll buy some new little lens tips for the temple arms or whatever you call them. And I want to get some polarised lenses. But I've got to be careful, as I say, because I could just go and buy a new pair for 80 odd quid if I wanted to. The lenses are £59, which is 60 quid. Yeah, so, you know, is it worth spending that much money on repairing those when I could just go and buy a brand new pair if I wanted to, you know? I don't know, so I'm gonna be careful not to spend more than it would cost for a new pair, because then it's just pointless. But if I can repair them, I might even better get a pair of second-hand lenses, you know? If I can get a pair of second-hand polarised, really good condition lenses for like 30 quid, then I'm laughing. Polarised is the way to go. Polarised is just, you know, it's not good if you were looking at a screen or something because you cancel it out if you've got a filter in it, but normally that's the way to go. So that's what the plan is with those. And the old Ratchet Effect there was talking about those. Right, and then the next one's the same thing. I'll be very careful not to move the phone. Jeff Lecoq, loving the church videos. Thanks very much there, Jeff. I really appreciate that. Loving the church videos. Yeah, it's good. I love that. Oh, it went. And then we got classified info. I did read this one, I think. What was it about? It was about, oh, that's the same thing. Those guys you found suit you better. They look better than those ones you're wearing. Shame the knackered to keep up the good videos coming. There are bits and bobs about everything. Something to suit everybody. Well, thanks very much, classified info. I always do my best to try and stay in focus for a start, if I can, you know. But I always do my best to try and you know, keep everybody happy, and it can't always be done. A while back I made some videos because of this disease what was going round at the time. I noticed everybody seemed to be quite scared, and were just some people were very unhappy. A lot of people were a bit worried and scared. Oh man, I don't like that. I must be honest, this whole disease thing and everything, it hasn't really fazed me. I don't see the point in worrying about it. It is what it is. It's just like any flu or anything that comes along. Anyway, enough of that. But it was making me unhappy that so many people were so scared and worried. So, and they seem to be lacking inspiration, you know. So what I decided to do was I decided to make those motivational videos. But when I look back at them now, I don't think they were as motivational as I was thinking that they were. I've had a lot of comments, people saying that, oh, I'm on the verge of having a breakdown and things like that, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the opposite, you know. All I wanted to do was stop other people from having breakdowns by giving them positive vibes. But perhaps I was giving negative vibes. I don't know, but so, you know, when there's something for everybody, as classified info says, I do try to, you know, give things for everybody. But when I was making them videos saying, oh, don't worry about work, and because people seem to be panicking, oh no, how am I going to get to work? How am I going to do work? I can't, I'm not going to pay. So I was like, right, let's make a video and say, don't worry about work, just live life, you know, and do all this, do minimum hours, do this, and just live life. That ain't how I think, to be honest with you. Because you need work and you've got to do as many hours as you can in order to get all the dollar in so you can live a life, especially in this country. But I was trying to be motivational, and you know, a lot of people got the wrong impression, and you know, it's not good. My own family think that I was going a bit strange, which is a bit bizarre. It just shows a lot of people don't know you, doesn't it, really? So I hope there is something for everybody. You lot, I really do. I do try to make everybody happy. Let's have a look, see what's next on the list. Next down, Joseph Kennedy. Thanks, sir. Very good video. Not a lot of wasted time chatting, straight to the point. Yeah, that's interesting. Though. A lot of people say I talk too much, but there we go. I haven't read this one. Sorry about the focusing, this camera's not really made for this kind of thing. Had this trimmer, couldn't find fault, so got it out of vibration model. Next, after 4 uses, the drive shaft and bracket broke and trimmer is in half. The new spool is shit. Grass getting into it and stop it line feeding out, so you have to keep taking it apart, getting grass out of the spring just to fill it back up with grass. What? Yeah, those SGS engineering strimmers, not very good, and I've since found out that they're made in China, which is very disappointing. To be honest, I thought that they were an English company or British company, and I thought that they were, you know, making their things in this country, up in Newcastle, somewhere like that, or wherever they are. But it turns out a lot of their stuff, I phoned them up to find out, and a lot of it is made in China. And do you remember when I got the compressor and I was really excited? You know, I like that. Oh, comes the milkman. I like that compressor, and I like the idea of it being an English company. I was really excited, and I did a couple of good reviews, and they said they were going to send me another compressor, you know, to review. I was like, oh, fucking brilliant. You know, here we go, here comes the start of the sponsorships. But then they didn't like my review. They didn't like, you know, that I pointed out the bad things as well as the good things. And when I got the strimmer, I pointed out the spool was crap and the harness weren't any good, but the engine was alright. And I never ended up getting anything else. So I never ended up getting any other bits. I've got a few tools here and there, not many. So Yeah, they're alright, but they're made in China, so just be very, very careful of things that are made in China, because they're not always that good. That doesn't mean stay away from SGS. It just means be careful, you know. If you're going to get something, they're very cheap, which is very good, and the quality is getting there, but you just need to know what you're getting. And the engines on those trimmers, they seem to be very good. Plenty of power. They don't seem to break down that often, but the rest of it needs to be redesigned. The spools and things like that, and the harnesses definitely. So just be aware of that if you're going to go for one of those. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm slowly getting there. I wanted to buy loads of their tools, their chainsaws, their hedge cutters. I wanted to buy everything so I could review everything and compare everything, but it ain't worked out that way. But that was the plan anyway. So one day I'll get a sponsorship, and I'll be able to get loads of stuff, and I'll bring you loads of videos every day saying this is good, get all of this, you know what I mean? But that day will come at some point, but not yet. Got to be good for that. Let's see what other comments we got. Somebody asking more oil, I don't know what that's all about. Thomas Wilson on the strimmer again. I have an SGS strimmer that won't start, so spark plug out. How did you get it? Can you advise me, please? So he was having trouble with it starting. I told him to take the plug out and clean it. I'll try that. I was seeing he said about there's a lot of oil around the exhaust, so I told him that it's normal. I did what you said about the spark plug, got it to work, but it seems not to have a lot of power in it. Can you advise me? Well, that's difficult to try and diagnose not a lot of power without seeing it really. So again, this is on that SGS 52cc strimmer. So if you've got it going, if you get one of these and you get them, then they're going, but there's not a lot of power, it could be the fact maybe the carb needs a bit of tuning. So play around with the low and the high speed needles. They're on the carb there. They might have an L and a H, low and high. I can't remember what type of screw they are on those, but have a look at those, play around with them, just little minute turns at a time. While it's running, engine has to be hot at working temperature. Give it a rev, see if when it revs up, and give it a go. Play around with those, check the air filter and things like that. Little engines are quite finicky, but at the same time as being finicky, they're also quite tough and they'll take a lot. So they're a bit of each. Have a play around with them, and I'll have to make some more videos on getting those going, because I'm getting loads of comments about these, particularly the SGS ones. Not just any strimmers, it's always SGS for some reason. People buying them and they're not being able to get them to work. So I'm going to have to make some more videos, and we'll get everybody's strimmers going. I've got two. I've got the 26cc or 23. I think it's 26cc and the 52cc strimmers now, so I can make videos on both, and we'll get them both going. Well, the other one needs a bit of work anyway, so that's handy. But yeah, man, I didn't expect, you know, the reaction to those other videos that I made. Oh, mate, I was going through them a few weeks back, actually. I was going through them, through the comments and everything, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, like, these are meant to be inspirational videos. But at least, you know, everybody seems to be being happy now. A lot of people are picking up their moods. It's making me feel better. When other people are upset, I think, oh man, why is everyone upset? Well, why do people get annoyed? Why do people get down about something so silly and so stupid, you know? There's a disease. I mean, who cares? It is what it is. Life is what it is. There's no need to get down about it. But other people do. And then I think, oh fuck, you know, I've got to make them happy now. It is what it is. It is exactly how it is. So I hope you're happy. I hope everything is alright. It's a lovely day today. I'm going to go and do some work. I'm definitely going to have to try and make some more videos on that strimmer. That's 100% sure. Yes. I'll make it. We'll get going soon when I get a chance. I'm going to need probably about half hour. I'll get those aviators on the bench, and we'll have a look at them. I'll try and get those temple ends off, whatever they're called. You get them off easy. All you got to do is heat them up a little bit. They're rubber, and then they slide off. You've got to straighten the arm out a little bit, and so we'll sort them out. But the place where I know where I've got parts before, I want genuine Ray-Ban, so that it stays with what they are. I'm pretty sure they're genuine anyway, though. Those, pardon me. So the place where I go to get parts normally has everything I need, but they're fucking expensive. I mean, a screw, I need a screw for the hinge. One screw, well, they don't sell one, but if you was to halve it, it'd be about £5 for one little screw. And or if you get 2 screws, it's £9.95 plus the postage. Fucking hell. You know, lenses £60, which is reasonable. Well, they'll be £60 anywhere you go for those. I've looked everywhere in the past. So yeah, I'll get them on the bench and we'll have a look through those at some point. Don't know when, some point in the future. All your questions about the SGS trimmers, yeah, try to leave them in the comment of this video or wherever you can, and what I'll do when I make the videos, I'll make a list of what everyone wants to know and we'll get through them. I ain't no expert, but they're fucking simple when you know how, and I know how, so I can go through everything you need to know on how to get them trimmers going perfectly. They just need a redesign of the spools, that's all they've got to do. And I've got some modifications that I'm going to do to my strimmer, the 52cc one, that will benefit you lot. And I'm going to show you what they are. I've just got to get the bits. I need to order a different harness, so we've got a better style of harness, a better style of harness, and I need to get a different spool. I think a steel one should fit. I hope so. They're the same size. I know they're an 18mm bolt, so when I do that, and if the modifications work, I'll make a video and show you all what I've done to make yours better. Because like I say, the engines are perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with the engine, it's just the rest of it needs redesigning. I'll catch you on the next one, you lot. All the best, enjoy yourselves, and be happy. Just be happy, you lot. That's all I've got to say. I'm not going to try and make any more motivational videos, because I think I do the opposite. Because I've got some autism, and so I see the world differently to everybody else. So when I think I'm being positive and motivational, I think it comes across as me being the opposite. So everybody, including my own family, was thinking that I was unhappy and depressed or whatever. I think that's the impression I get. So just be happy, you lot, and enjoy yourselves, didn't you? Because that's what life's all about. See you later, you lot.